are reviewing equations and expressions. So we're going to be looking for things like solving for a variable, combining like terms, simplifying our expressions, and writing an expression to match the problem. So number one asks us to solve for x. We have the problem x plus 3 equals 5. So we need to get our variable alone. So we're going to do the opposite of plus 3, which is to minus 3. Now you'll remember what we do to one side, we have to do to the other side to keep our equation balanced. So this one will cancel out. So then we're left with x equals, to finish the problem, we do 5 minus 3, and that will tell us our answer. Number 2 gives us y plus 4 equals 7. So we do the opposite of plus 4, which is 2 minus 4 on both sides. This cancels out, and then that problem will tell us what y equals. Number 3, r minus 12 equals 8. So we need to get r alone. So the opposite of minus 12 is 2 plus 12. And again, we're going to do that to both sides. The 12s over here cancel out. And that problem there will tell us what r equals. Number 4, 8v equals 40. So we have a letter and a number right next to each other. That means to multiply. So the opposite of multiply is to divide. So that cancels out, and we do that to both sides. So v equals 8 divided by 40 will give you, sorry, I said that backwards. 40 divided by 8 will give you your answer there. Number 5 has 2.5 plus y equals 8. So this is a positive 2.5. So we're going to get a negative 2.5 to go ahead and cancel that out. And then we're going to do it to this side over here. Now this is a fraction, so that means we need to make common denominators. So we have 0 out of 2 gives us 8 wholes. We can't do 0 minus 1, so we need to come borrow. We borrowed 2 pieces. So now we have a new fraction to work with. So we have 7 and 2 over 2 minus 2 and 1/2. So numerator minus numerator, denominator stays the same, and whole number minus whole number will give us our answer for y. Number 6, we have 1.5n equals 9. So the opposite of times is to divide by 1.5. So that cancels out there, and we need to do the same thing to the other side. So as we do this problem to solve for n, we're taking 9 and dividing it by 1.5. We can't divide with a decimal in our divisor, so we need to move this over one place, which causes this to move over one place. Add a 0 here. So the problem we are doing is really 90 divided by 15 will tell us what n equals. Number 7 is changing gears a little bit here. So we're going to start looking at these expressions, and we notice they don't have an equal sign, so we might not be able to solve it all the way, but we can simplify them and make them a little bit easier. So here we have x plus 2, and we're timesing all of that by 3. So we're going to do 3 times x plus 3 times 2. So you'll end up with one term here plus another term. So 3 times x will go here. 3 times 2 will go in your second term there. Number 8 is asking us to combine again. So we want to give. So here we have 2 times 4 is 8 y's plus 2 times 5 is 10. And then we need to finish our problem minus y plus 2. So now we need to take all of our y's and put them together. So we have 8 y's, and we're going to minus a y, and then we have 10 plus 2. So we should have a term with the y's and a term with our numbers as our final answer here. So we have 8y's minus a y goes here. 10 plus 2 goes here in the second one. Number 9, we've got 3x plus 7 minus x plus 4. So no parentheses to do first. So we're going to look for things that are in common. So here we have 3x minus an x is going to go first. And here we have 7 plus 4 is going to go second there. Number 10 asks us to solve this one. So we have to give. So here we have 3 times g is 3g's, plus 3 times 2 is 6, plus, here's a problem we can do. 5 squared does not mean 5 times 2. If you'll remember, that means 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25 minus g. So now we need to look for anything else we can put together. So here we have 3g's minus a g is going to go first. And then here we have 6 plus 25 is going to go second. Hey, number 11 is a story problem. So Tyrell has saved $35 to buy a new video game. So he has $35. The game he wants costs $59. So I know here's my total. That's what he needs. Which expression would show how much more money? So right there, how much more tells me that I am doing a subtraction problem. So how much more money does Tyrell need to buy the video game? So if I start thinking about this, I know I would take $59, I would subtract 35, and that would give me G for the game if I'm writing an expression, and then I could solve that. If we start looking at the answers on number 11, though, we can see none of those match what we wrote here. So I know that this number over here has got to be smaller than 59. So if I add 35 and 59, that's going to be more money than I need for that game. So I know it's not that one. I can't do 35 minus 59. That will give me that I need a negative amount of money still. It's not that one. So here we have $35 plus some other amount will equal 59. So could be, I'll come back to that one. Here we have 35 times G. So you don't need to do that 35 times. So it's not that one. So looking here, if we took this 35 and we moved it to the other side, so we cancel it out here and put it over here, we have $35. We need this much more, and that will equal 59. So this one here is the same expression as what we wrote before. They are equivalent expressions. They tell us the same thing, just in a different order. And number 12, our rectangular deck is 675 square feet. So those words right there, square feet, tell me that I am doing an area problem. And to find the area of a rectangle, we're going to do length times width. So we know our area is 675. The problem goes on to tell us that the deck's width is 15 feet. So I'm going to plug in 15 over here. So it wants me to write and solve an equation to find the length of the deck. So I'm looking for the length. So 15 L's. So this is a length times width. So to get L alone, we need to do the opposite of times 15 is to divide 15. So that part cancels out. So we need to do 675 divided by 15 will tell us how long that rectangular deck is.